Okay, YouTubers, here we are. We are in the thick of it. Wow, what a going on. Got my exhaust all taken care of. These are flexible pipes that I believe are used for diesel heaters, little diesel heaters for like RVs and stuff. Anyways, that worked out pretty well. I wasn't sure how it was going to go. It's exactly 1 inch. Cut a couple of couplings or unions, whatever you want to call them, 3/4 inch couplings or unions. Hogged out the threads on the one end so I could slide that pipe in. Then I wrapped it with exhaust tape um, to get to the same diameter of this. Then clamped it. Then actually used another clamp to pinch the. This one is half on the coupler, half on the insulation wrap, and then this one is totally on the insulation wrap, but it's help holding the pipe in there. Um, and then I go to my 3 inch exhaust that was there before. But now I'm in the middle of working on the throttles. Oh man, what a going on. Made up a bracket, to bolt to here and go over to there to try and start to tie the two together. And then it was interfering with my fuel line going down in the normal spot, yada, yada, yada. So I think I've got this all figured out. I just need to duplicate what I've got here on the other motor. What I've done is taken the stock controller, if you will. Let me go back over here. Here's the unmodified one. So this stud is where the adjusting knob went. I ground that off because what I did was, let me see, on the motor it was positioned this way. I chose to go this way. I'm going to mount that on this bracket that I made. That way it's going to sit like this, and then I've got my cable tied up. For now I'll do something different, but that's the general idea of how it's going to work. But the hole I'm using is the hole that was the governor stop, I guess. That lined up the best with this hole here. And then I've got one of those pinching, cable pinch um, doohickeys there to hold the cable on. But anyways, I'm going to have to come up with, the unique thing about this is when this is all the way away from me, that's the stop position. Well, it's got to be back a little bit to idle. So when I set up my foot throttle, it's got to be up a little bit. And then I think what I'm going to do is utilize this other hole to have a cable that pushes it to the turning off the pump position. So going to have to do some tweaking there, but wow, that's the latest. I took the tanks off just for ease of working on it. They'll go back on. I'll eventually probably relocate those tanks similar to what I did to the 212s. But for now, I'm just going to put it together, trying to get ready for a car show on the 13th of July. But I should have it together by then and running. Still waiting for clutches. They sent me clutches that were for 428 chain. I wanted 420. The description had a discrepancy in it, and unfortunately, I read the discrepancy, and sending those back. So I'm waiting for those to come in. So that should go pretty quick. I've already got the chain. Just going to throw the clutches on, put the chain on. Hopefully everything else will be ready to go. Sorry for the finger whipping around there. Everything else should be ready to go. All I got to do is put clutches on, get the length chain I need, and wow. Yeah, I started these up to see how much quieter that would be, because I went into my, you can see where I tied into the original exhaust pipe that I had there. Holy moly, it's not that much quieter. It sure rattles and carries on, but that's a diesel. So it'll be interesting to see when I'm behind the steering wheel and giving it some gas, see how she goes. I hope these centrifugal clutches will work without the torque drive, but had a couple reviews on about these clutches, and somebody was saying it was like all of a sudden you got to have high RPM, and then all of a sudden it's like they totally lock in. So I don't know. I guess that could be good or bad. We'll see what happens. And that's all for now. Bye.